the whole team consists out of just diversity hires rather than their qualifications, you can see that in the game. I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird. Tales of the Shire gets woke and introduces diverse hobbits into new DEI Lord of the Rings game.
Okay. I'm gonna say this right now. A prediction, right? It has nothing to do with the DEI. They just don't look like freaking hobbits.
Oh no. They made them diverse. I saw how the gameplay actually looks like, and it's like some low poly shit.
Is it made for mobile?
No.
No.
Made for, I think the main platform was PC.
Oh.
Even for mobile, like, it looks so bad. Like, if I would have seen that in like an app store, I would be like, no, no.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about the video game called Tales of the Shire. Now, I've been meaning to talk about this game for a little while now, but now that we have just a little bit more information about it and we managed to see a small little gameplay trailer from it, it's very clear that the people who are in charge of this particular video game have a certain ideology that needs to be precedent in the game that they're making. This game is going to be the DEI version of a Lord of the Rings video game, and it's quite sad because honestly, it's a game that I think some people might have been interested in playing if it wasn't so obvious that it's trying to push a very specific agenda, just like everything.
Start with saying that it just doesn't look good. I'm gonna try to approach this game on a purely game performance and game aesthetic and all the yada yada shit. It's embarrassing to peddle a game like this by this point.
Yeah, not the reaching.
Like, it would literally look even better if you just made it in pixels.
Else damn near coming out of Lord of the Rings these days.
For a modern gaming audience.
Now, we have a particular tweet from Smash JT that I thought was pretty interesting that got me started on Tales of the Shire, and it says, doing some initial research on Tales of the Shire, it comes from a New Zealand-based studio called Weta Workshop. This forced DEI shit is big business over there as well. Anyone telling you otherwise is either uninformed or willfully ignorant to reality. New Zealand Trade and Enterprise he links, and also he links the Weta Workshop. So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. And again, before we get back to that creature that we saw down on the bottom of this page, let's go over what Smash JT actually posted. So we have the New Zealand.
Before he even starts this, I'm gonna just preface and say I'm not anti-woke. I'm not anti-woke. I just want good games. I don't care who works on the game. And I cannot stress that enough. I just don't care. You can be whatever you want and work on games. But if the product is garbage and the whole team consists out of just diversity hires rather than their qualifications, you can see that in the game.
Trade and Enterprise here, and it says 87% of the men interviewed really wanted to be part of the solution when it came to gender equality in the workplace. Over half of those guys said, I really just don't know. Now,
how does that matter? Like, you're interviewing to work on a game, right? On a Lord of the Rings game. How the fuck does any of this matter? Is that the space to advocate for it? Is that the space to push that narration? Or is it the space to actually make a product that people want to buy?
It's not the space for that or the battlefield that's between the woke and the anti-woke. It shouldn't even be in this field, in my opinion.
It still irks me how they're still trying to push the whole thing, like gamers are bigots and homophobic and all that shit, when they just don't want to pay for a shit game.
Again, guys, is it shocking that 87% of men, when interviewed, said that they want to make gender equality better in the workplace? Do you think a lot of them actually believe the shit that they're being asked? Of course not. What it is that they feel forced to answer in a certain direction, because if they don't, guess what? They're gone, right? Even if it doesn't happen immediately, if you were to say no, right? If you were to say no, I think gender equality is fine the way it is. I think the pay gap thing is a myth, and if you start saying all these things, you're done. You're gone. You're fired, right? Then it says sometimes the hardest thing with diversity and inclusion is figuring out where to start. During Tech Week 2022, we want to help tech companies across Italy figure out how to make that first step. We'll provide simple tips and tools to start or accelerate your journey to introduce more diversity into your leadership teams. The journey could be led by your founding team, CEO, head of people, or even at the grassroots level. Just seems like an excerpt from a blog. And of course, we have a diversity, equity, and inclusion officer or something like that. Let's see. In 2020, Mary was appointed as the chief people. These jobs.
What the hell is a chief people?
Chief of people?
Is it like the Professor 2.0?
There's no way this is a real job description. I swear it's like these snake oil salesmen. In the business world. I swear this is it. This is it. This is the new snake oil, guys. This is it.
That just gave me a headache.
Are so fake. Chief People and Inclusion Officer at Timely, a cloud software service that helps hairdressers and salons manage appointments. This is the first people and inclusion role to exist at an executive level in New Zealand. Oh, there it is. Congratulations, the virtue signal, right? She's the first, right? You got to be the first of the first of the first. That's all that matters. Timely was recently acquired by EverCommerce, with Mary starting in a new role as Global Senior Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and Belonging. Oh, so we're throwing in a B word now. Now we got belonging in DEI. Now it's DEIB for the parent company with over 7,000 staff in 21 countries. That must be amazing. So much money for no work. Then we actually have a picture here from Weta Workshops' website, and it says manufacturing, design, game development, location-based experiences, tourism, consumer products, finance, marketing, IT, HR operations, and more. We are a diverse Kiwi company with an even more diverse crew, all working as a team to make cool stuff. Then it says that it's universal here at Weta Workshop is the passion, enthusiasm, and tenacity of our people. We share a high level of creativity and capability in our pursuit of excellence, using our unique talents to meet the creative challenges that our work brings. Join our team of incredible artisans, technicians, creators, and doers today. We'll support you to bring your best work to our workshop every single day. Now, again, let's go to the actual article here on Smash JT's own website. I want to show you.
Yeah.
Look at this picture, man. This picture speaks.
Okay, let's start with looking at the picture. Okay. You could literally show this picture to me, like, wake me up in the dead of night, show me this picture. I would say, what? Why the fuck are you waking me up with this picture? But when you look at the actual game, later on, after I have to look at that picture, I open this, right? I'll mute the music. And then you show me this. And then I'm gonna go back to this picture. I'll be automatically, well, they produce a shit game. How the hell did it take all of this crowd to make this shit?
No.
The only thing special about them is that this game looks like garbage. How do you even fuck up the hair on the feet? It just looks like crap. It looks literally like shit.
1,000 words. It really does. And of course, just like it always is, all the women are on the front, all the men are in the back, right? Because they don't actually want to showcase the men. And don't give me that bullshit about, oh, it's the tall people going in the back. That's why, because you got short men back there that you could barely see in front of some of the taller women. So this.
No, you can see she's a lot taller than, probably taller than half of the men. But at the same time, again, I have no issues with how they took the picture, because they take pictures with women in the front all the time. They do the same thing in corporation pictures too.
This is about the women being the forefront and the one homosexual here in the front and the other homosexual here in the middle. Otherwise, I don't even know what this is, what the fuck this is, but that's besides the point. Multiple blue hair, multicolored hair people. I don't know what this creature is over here on the left, but it's very clear that these people are quite insane, right? And it goes to show when you start hearing them, right? When you start hearing what they talk about when it comes to this video game, they don't ever talk about the game itself. They talk about what the game is supposed to mean.
Of course, they don't care about the game. They don't care about the IP. They care about pushing their own agenda. For them, politics come first. Game comes fifth. Like I said, I will not be talking about how they look. I'll be purely judging on game and the fact that the game is not even the priority.
The graphics, whack. Gameplay, whack. Developers, whack.
Designers, whack. PR, whack.
Diversity hiring, whack.
Right? What the game is supposed to make you feel, right? Empathy, right? That's the whole thing they try to do. Weaponize empathy to push it out. And again, I mean, look at this. You think these people are sane? Of course not. Of course they're not sane. But that's besides the point. Let's click this and let's see. Let's go down. This is the trailer that I saw on X. We're going to hear what they had to say from their own mouths. Listen to this.
We love hobbits, and with Tales of the Shire, we
Loud.
want to immerse you in their world.
We just really want Tales of the Shire to feel like a warm hug.
Okay.
That's it. So they have a showcase coming up on September 22nd that I will probably react to on a live.
Oh, we will do that too. We will check
Yeah.
out the showcase. 100%.
To be honest with you, I'm kind of curious. But yeah, the entire thing they talk about hobbits, they love hobbits, and then the first thing you see is not a hobbit. The first thing you see is a race swap hobbit, which is not a hobbit. Again, I'm not gonna go into the lore because everybody knows the lore, right? People know Tolkien's lore already. There wasn't any fucking.
It doesn't make sense. It's same as. Can we have a counter? It's been that many days that Lifu daily is bringing up the female custodians. They're doing that with Witcher, they're doing that with Warhammer, now they're doing that with Lord of the Rings. Which I'm not even surprised by this point. Like, again, the shit show was already an indicator that's where it's heading. But, like, look at the mouth as well. Like, what is that?
What the Hobbit doing?
Bro, what is that? It looks like not even in a funny way. Like, it's the face of the mocking SpongeBob meme.
Diverse hobbits. There's no black hobbits, and they try to make it seem like it's a thing, but it's not. And I don't know, man. Tales of the Shire looks like this is made for women, obviously, which is fine. You know, women are allowed to have video games made for them, but it's amazing that they continue to.
And that's the thing. I play games like that a lot. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot
10-foot pole.
10-foot pole. Like, I wouldn't touch this. I'll play some Core Keeper. I'll play some Stardew Valley. Today I played some Supermarket Simulator. This, same as I said with Dustborn, this is not a game. This is a slop.
To try to utilize IPs that are notoriously male dominated, right? You are using an IP as Lord of the Rings that most women truthfully don't give a fuck about. Not that there isn't women out there that do. There is. I know some, obviously, just like there's women out there that love Star Wars. But the vast majority is male dominated. And you're out here making shit that is clearly for women. And you're using diverse hobbits as a means to do so, right? I only see like one or two actual real hobbits, and then you see diverse hobbits. So again, guys, this shit looks absolutely dumb. But then when you see who.
And just to clarify, if you're a guy who likes games like this, like simulator, cozy games, there's nothing wrong with it.
Don't lie. You're not a hardcore gamer. Let's be honest here. You can't go hardcore without having one cozy game.
Did you stress after a bad rank game?
Yeah, instead of destroying your controller, breaking your keyboard, just turn on that Stardew Valley or Minecraft or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's behind it, it starts to make sense. Then the game's marketing heavily emphasizes community building, inclusivity, and diversity. And these comments are used as buzzwords to appeal to investors and government agencies eager to support projects with a positive social impact. It's a tactic we've seen repeatedly. Games prioritizing diversity checklists over quality gameplay end up being hollow experiences with promises of daily activities, club missions, and a focus on fostering relationships within the community. Tales of the Shire is filled with this type of shallow engagement metrics that look great on paper, but rarely translate into a fulfilling player experience. So it looks like this game is meant to be heavily community focused, but the ironic thing is, if it's anything like other DEI oriented games, there isn't going to be much of a community to foster, right? So they would really
Oh, no. There's gonna be a community, but the community is gonna be just of the Twitter people attacking the people who say a single bad thing about it. That's gonna be what the community will consist of. They're not gonna actually play it, but if you dare to review it and say that it's not good, they will attack you.
really have to hit it out the park for something like this to be successful, considering it's so focused on that. But I guess time is going to tell whether or not the diverse hobbits are successful. But I will say, like I said earlier in the video, I am going to be reacting to that trailer or that showcase that they have coming up, just to see how cringe the entire thing is going to be. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic.
This is the second ever not a game prank. We'll check out the showcase. I'm gonna say it right away. Unless they'll be trying to say some bullshit on social media, like, oh, people are just hating us for the sake of hating. Like, unless they'll do that, I'm not gonna give this game a shot. If they start quote unquote attacking people who actually play games for not liking their game, I'll review the game then.